Hello and welcome to your first Excel video. Over the next couple of weeks you're going to be learning Excel. There'll be a number of exercises to complete, a number of questions to answer, and it will culminate in an assessment which is your practical test. So let me go and show you what you're going to learn. Here we have the dot points that you have seen or you will be able to see in your syllabus. And it's broken into two groups, your knowledge and your skills. A lot of this stuff, if not all of it, we have covered in year 10. And most of it will be a reminder. But we'll look at cells and formulas, labels, functions which are inbuilt formulas, what a worksheet is, and we'll look at lookup tables, the H lookup and the V lookup. We'll in this video, learn how to apply some functions, build some charts. The lookup tables will be done in a later lesson, and I'll show you how to sort as well. So what your first job is for this lesson, you will see the file in sector called Practice Exercises. I'm going to give you a moment now to find that, to download it, and to open it up. Okay, so we're going to get on to our test example. If you need to pause the video, then please do so. But let's get started. Okay, so this is something that you'll need to follow along with me on. And then the next couple of exercises I will briefly show you and explain what you need to do, but you'll be needing to go and do that. So let's first of all start with the basics. Columns are shown by letters. Rows are shown by numbers. This is a very, very, very small part of the total area of the worksheet. Let me show you how wide it is by holding the command button down and pressing the right directional arrow. And you can see it takes us off to this XFD column. And what that means is that if we were to count up the columns, we would have 16,384. So that's an awful lot of width. Let me bring you back to where we were. So command button and press on the left button. And this time I'm going to do the down arrow, still holding the command button down, and press. And in the blink of an eye, we've gone from row 14 to row 1,485,076. So a worksheet is full of, is an enormous area. And you can put lots and lots of worksheets into a workbook. Now then, as these columns and rows crisscross, they create cells, and it's within these cells that we put different data types. Just in this particular table, you can see that we are able to put in text, and we can format the text like we would in a Word document, and we can put in number. Number can be of different data types. If I go format cells, you can see that I can put in currency or date, time, percentage, and we'll be using some of these throughout the course of our exercises. And we click OK. We can also format these cells, so we can put in borders, we can put in shading of different colors. And there's a whole range of other things that we can do as well. Let's have a look at what a formula is. Well, again, this would be stuff that you will have covered and should know very well. So to start with, if we want to create a formula, we will always put in an equal sign. It doesn't matter if the formula is really simple or super complicated. It will always start with an equal sign. And what I want to do, I'm going to go and click on number 98. And what turns up here is B3. Well, B3 is a cell reference because 98 lives at the address of B3. So what we call that is a cell reference. And let's say I want to do an addition formula. Well, I would add, and I would go and click on 100, and up comes C3. So C3 is the cell reference or the address of this digit 100. And we can keep going. So we can go press plus and click, plus, and click, and we are there. Now, to see our result, we can press return and we get an answer. Now, what's important is that if we click on, if we have created a formula, we can usually go over to this little square here and our cursor turns black. We can hold our left finger down and we can do what's called fill down. We can also fill across, and we'll look at that shortly as well. But I'm filling down and I can let go. And so I've got to put in the formula once, but by doing a formula and filling down, I managed to get all the other sums done, because this answer, say 220, applies to this row here. So these answers, or these cells, are relative to where this answer is. Okay, now if I take all these off and I just put in 410, so let's say I've gone and done the answer in my head and I haven't done a formula. By filling down now, I'm not going to go and get the desired results because it's just going to copy 410. So always, always, always put in a formula. Okay, so we've talked about formulas. Let's have a look at functions, and we're going to start off with this again, and instead of adding up, I'm going to go to the most familiar of all the functions, and a function, if I haven't already said, is an inbuilt formula, and Excel does hundreds if not thousands of different functions. So I'm going to click on sum, and you'll see that we have it highlighted, but we've also got a cell that we don't want to be added up. So I'm just going to hold my left finger down and go over the center of this cell, and I'm just going to drag. And I'm just going to select the cells that I want and press return or press enter. And here is my formula, or it's a function. It says equal sum, and in brackets it says from B3 colon F3. That's the range of cells that are being added up. And I can go and fill down, and we have that. Right, let's go and do a different function now. Let's go and do average. In fact, we'll do this one. Now I can go up here and click on average, or what else you can do, you can always go to the FX, and FX brings up the formula builder. And let's just say, for example, we cannot find the function we want in this window. Well, then what we have to do is to type it in. Okay, and it will turn up. So here is average, and it says insert function. So that's what I'll do. Now here again, we can see that it's selected all of this row, but we don't want all of that. We just want these numbers here. So what I'm going to do, hold my left finger down, drag across these numbers. And what the average does, it simply adds them up and divides by these numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will add this all up, which is 410, and it will divide by 5. Press return or enter, or click done, and we have that. And what we need to do then is also fill down. Okay, now you may find that you have quite a strange looking set of results here, in that you've got lots and lots and lots of decimal places. So to make it to 2 decimal places, highlight them all, right click, format cells, go to number, and you'll see decimal places. Okay, so you just want to bring it down to 2 and click OK, and you'll be fine with that. Let's go and find the average result for English, maths, physics, and so on. So I'm going to go here. Here's my average, insert function. Again, I don't want anything else, so I'm just going to make sure that I've got what I need, which is that. Press return or click done and fill across. And again, you can see, if you look carefully, that there are an awful lot of decimal places, but I've only got it to 2 decimal places. So again, just to remind you, you could go right click, format cells, look for number, and to 2 decimal places. So we've gone and done auto sum, and we've gone and done average. We have filled down, that's this, and we have gone and filled across. Now let's go and look at another function called max. And so we're looking for the biggest number in this column. Now I know that we can look at this column and see that it's number 98. But remember, if you put 98 in here, then you're going to have to look into all of these. Whereas if you put a function in here, the max function, we can simply fill across. So let's go and find max. Now again, max may be in your window, but if it isn't, for the sake of argument, I'm going to put it here, max. And you'll see that it's there. Okay, insert the function. And what I want are these numbers. So hold the left finger down and drag down to Nutty Lee. And press done. And we can see that's 98. I'm now going to go and fill across. So we've done sum, we've done average, we've done max. Let's go and find the smallest figure for that. And in this case, we want to have min. So I'm just going to put min, and we'll see that. And we're going to insert the functions. Min short for minimum. And we don't want what it's suggesting. We're just going to select those cells that we do want. And we press return or done. And you'll see that 50 is the smallest, and we can fill across again. Points difference, well, there's no function for that. We just got to take the biggest from the smallest. So we need a formula. So we're going to put an equal sign in. I want this one minus this one, and press return or press enter and fill across. And we have that. Okay, so we're now coming on to the count and count if. Let's do the count, and that's this one here. So again, go in here and looking up count. And you'll see count and count if. We want the count. Now, what count is going to do is simply count the number of test scores. So it's not adding up the test scores, it's just counting the number. So Albert's been a really good student. He has submitted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. So we should see the number 5 here. Let me go and select these results and press done. And we should see a 5 here, a 5 here, and then we should see a 4. So I'm going to go and fill down. And you'll see a variety of results. So that's using count. That's simply not adding up the values. It's just counting if there is a value there. The next one is count if. Now, count if, we'll select this and insert the function. And we see that for the first time, we've actually got to put something in here. So we're going to first of all select the range. So it's going to be from 98 to down to Nutty Lee. And it's saying, well, what do you want to count? Well, count if the score is going to be more than or equal to 50. So I think the teacher is going to try and find the number of students who have passed this test. So if we were to simply count, well, we would count 50 because it's asking for equal. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they've all passed. So we should be seeing 6 here. Let's click done. And we do. Here we should see 1, 2, no, 3. We should only see 3 here. So let's just fill across, and that's what you get. And so let's fill across again. Okay, so if we want to get rid of the formula builder, just click the cross. So we've gone and used a formula, a subtraction formula, and we've used a variety of functions. Sum, average, max, min, count, and count if. The next thing I want to show you is how to sort. Now, at the moment, you'll see that it is sorted on the names. let's say I want to sort it somewhere on something else. So what I want to do is I'm going to select this here. And I don't want to select down here because these are going to stay the same, but I want to sort this. And what I'll do is I'll go Data, Sort. And by doing that, you'll see that what we have here are all of the headings. Well, let's say I want to sort on physics, say. So I'm going to sort on physics, and I want to go from largest to smallest. And click OK. And you'll see obviously that this is now all mixed up, but on physics, we have sorted it from largest to smallest. Let's do one on total results. So we'll do Data, Sort. Let's look for total results. Again, we'll go from largest to smallest, and we'll go OK. And we can see that Brian Albert did very, very well, and that, or Albert Brian, and that did very well, and that Lee Nutty, well, that person needs to do an awful lot more work. So that's sorting. Now then, I want to finish off by showing you how to create charts. The first one is going to be a pie chart. And I'm going to take Brian and I'm going to highlight his score as well as the titles. I want to go to Insert, and we want to see all of them here. And this is what we want. We want a pie chart. We have Brian Albert as a title. We have these headings for the subjects. And what I might want to do is right click and put in a data label, so you can see the scores as well. With the pie chart, you can always jazz it up. You can click and you can just pull it apart. You can click in the middle and you can make it bigger. So have a play with the pie chart and how you can shade things in. So simply by going to Format Data Label, Format Data Point, you can actually do some formatting of the pie chart. But I'll leave that with you to explore. So what we have here is a pie chart. Let me move that away. Okay, so the next one I will do is a line graph. And again, I could take these two, I could take them all, but we'll just do these two. And I'm going to highlight here, and let's just see what happens. We can go Insert, we can go to a line graph, and we can select with what we're doing. So here we can see that Brian Albert's results had a bit of a dip mid-year, came strong, and Mary, she was gradually improving and slipped off towards the end. So we can look at stuff like that. Now, by creating a chart, we also need to put in labels. So we've got our chart title here, but we can go over here and we can start putting in axis tables. So we can put in a primary one, which would be down here. So this would be called subjects. And we need to go and put one down the side, which would be vertical. And this would be exam score. So that's a line graph. The last one is going to be a bar graph, and what I'd like to do this time is actually to start with not highlighting anything. So I'm just going to go here, just select a cell, I'm going to go Insert, and I'm going to go and choose a column chart. And you'll see that there is nothing there, but we're going to fill that up right now. I'm going to right click. And what I want to do is I want to select data. Right, so I want to add somebody. Well, who should we add? Let's have Molly Mutant. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to type in Molly Mutant. I will want to have her results. So I need to get rid of this and I need to select that. And the horizontal axis are these labels. So I need to select these. Okay, let's add somebody else. And I'm going to go add. And I'm going to add Harry Kremlin. So let's go and type in Harry Kremlin. Again, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to get rid of the box, or just minimize the box. And I'm going to select these. And I'm going to choose, if I may, that's it, these. Okay, click OK. And there you have it. Again, you can populate the side and the bottom with axis titles, which is important, and you should do so people are able to understand the what's going on. So I would like you to, as part of this exercise, to create a pie chart, a bar chart, a column chart, and a line graph. Okay, once you've gone and done that, let me show you exercise 2, which you're going to do on your own. And I've just put in 2 instructions. Fill in all of the non-shaded cells. So here, number of fish types caught. So you'll need to do a count here, a count if, auto sums, averages, max and mins, and again to produce 3 different types of charts. So that's what you're doing for exercise 2, catch fish. Exercise 3 is very, very similar. I'll let you off with not having to do any graphs, but I'd like you to get the auto sums and the various functions going there. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Go and do exercises 1, 2 and 3, and once you've done that, you'll be ready to see me in video 2. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.